I work full-time as a certified financial planner associated with RDA Financial Network, a locally owned company. And I have a family with my husband Fred and 4 grown children who are in and out in terms of moving back and forth as they change jobs and change schools. And my yard and my dogs. I think growing up on a dairy farm in Vermont was really instrumental in where I am today and my values. My parents were very hard workers. My mother spent 22 years, I think it was, on the school board in Jericho, Vermont, where I grew up. And just very ethical, hardworking people, sense of fairness, large family, 4 siblings, and you know, enjoying the farm, looking at veterinary school as a kid. My uncle was a veterinarian, and also getting involved in athletics in high school, track. And so those things have just made a big difference in terms of how I ended up where I am today. I always say that I don't like politics, which seems kind of a contradiction, but it really was an issue of public service. As I said, you know, my mother served on the school board when I was growing up for, I think about 22 years into my young adult life. And that sense of public service and giving back was very much ingrained in me from a young age. And so in 1996, I ran for the Iowa City Community School Board and served there for 3 years. So I had done that piece and then later on decided I wanted to do more, and that was when I decided to run for the City Council, and very much enjoy that and being able to represent and serve the people of Iowa City. I think the diversity. I think the diversity in terms of people. I think the diversity in terms of activities, the energy that we have from the university and their students and the downtown. So many different kinds of activities. Just lots of parks and places to get outside. So it's just a very educated but diverse community and very enjoyable to live in. Safe, great place to raise a family. We have challenges ahead of us, I think, with financially, with what is happening at the state level, lots of issues that we're going to have to stay on top of in terms of how we are going to continue to provide the services that the people of Iowa City have come to want and expect, with possibly diminishing financial means. There's things out there in terms of changing the commercial tax rate, changing apartments from commercial to residential rates, those sorts of things, and yet by state law we are very limited in terms of how we can raise funds. And so we have those kinds of challenges. Also with our strategic plan this past year, the neighborhood stabilization I think is very important, but certainly I think where we need to be in 5 years is just continuing to focus on our budget and how we can manage that effectively and try to continue to provide those services, continue our economic development efforts to bring in more businesses in terms of paying taxes, but also providing good quality jobs, and certainly to make every effort we can to maintain that quality of life that people have come to expect here.